Yes.
Lata cleared PMP with all above target. It's an interesting thing. I still remember our first interaction when I said that I really like your name because it has a specific Indian specification, and the name goes with the one of the greatest stars that Indian industry has ever produced. So good to have at least one of the Lata with us as a certified PMP.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Lata, how do you feel after clearing PMP?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm really feeling great. I'm so happy to share this news with all my friends, colleagues, with you, my family. Of course, it's a great feeling.
Okay, good to have you. Okay, let's talk about the most important thing. So your exam was in home or in center?
I have opted for a center because I learned from your videos that you record for the success story of other people. From that, I learned that I should, opt for center. So I've
Mm.
opted for center.
Okay, so you did exam in center. So where was your center?
It is in Pune. Basically, from my place, it is around 13 kilometers distance. So I traveled on my bike. So
At what time it was?
it was at 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and you reached like 9:30?
I reached around 9 only because was visiting it for the first time. So I was gone a little early to just familiarize with the surroundings and the area.
Okay, okay. So you reached there and you went to the center. Okay. Now come the most important thing. How did you manage time?
Oh, I mean, of course, your suggestions and a few of my friends who have recently cleared with their suggestions, I understood that, okay, the gist of the story or the exam is to manage the time well. If I don't do that, then of course, don't know what will happen. So definitely with the input, I managed it like in the first section, I took around 80 minutes exactly and did not spend much time on, though I was not, you know, comfortable to, leave that section and go ahead. Still, I had managed to, close it within 80 minutes and then I took a break
Okay. And then,
and I started another session.
okay. So
So,
first
yeah,
section,
the
80
next
minutes.
session I took 75 minutes.
80,
Yes,
75, and the last section you were able to complete in the
75.
75 minutes. So you did follow my advice on the clock, 80, 75,
Yes.
and 75. So that's very, really good. Which section was more difficult, first, second, or third?
The first, I would say, because it was the first section, start of the exam, little nervousness, the environment in the center. Though my friends told me the one who appeared there already, they told me about that center already, but still it is natural. I mean, it came out in that section, so I spent some time like getting normal and so that's the reason I think I took more time and I was the questions were mix of lengthy and little small also, but then yeah, that was a bit difficult for me. The first section, second and third, I went well. There I could spare like I finished it before 10-15 minutes than 75 minutes.
Okay.
But I still took that time to review the questions which I was not so comfortable or took time to go through again then which I had marked for review and I could do that means whatever available time I had, I did that.
Okay. Okay. So the first section was hard, of course, and I really like it. Like you put it all that you gave your best, but still you were feeling that that section is more difficult, and that is a normal thing that happens to every single human being. Okay, so third was the most easiest one.
I would say second and third both were easy for me, but yes, comparatively third is more easy for me.
How
Yes.
many line of questions were there? Two-liner question, five-liner question.
So in the second and third question, most probably the questions were maximum 3 lines. There were few one-liners, but on an average 2 liners were more, we can say.
Okay. How many drags and drop? Because we are getting two drags and drop everyone.
Yes, I got the same, two drags and drops.
Like PMI is such a beautiful organization. Like a month ago, we were getting 12 to 15 drags and drop, and now for
Oh,
last 2 3 days, we are getting 2 to 3 drags and drop. Because I remember vividly, I have to force people to do multiple drags and drop because that is my thing now. I have to be agile, keep on
right.
changing how the students are doing. Yeah, that is our purpose here. But I'm really happy to know that like now drags and drop are getting. How many questions of change request if I put it there?
Change requests, exactly. I don't remember the number because in the first section I was in trauma, I would say.
Mm,
But if I remember correctly, there were 4 to 5, I believe, where the question was around the change request.
mm.
As they were trying to confuse though, whether it's a change request or it's reworking. I mean, implementing the change request and so on. But I think 4 to 5 were there change request.
Okay. And were there questions regarding about agile change request?
They tried to confuse actually, but I don't remember exactly it was around change request or not. But I remember one question where I have reviewed, marked for
You
review.
cannot share the question.
In the question,
No. Don't share the
no, no,
question.
I'm just saying the
The
scenario.
thin line, I
In
don't want to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So in the question, there were no agile terms basically, and in the options, there were agile options given, wherein I could make out like, okay, I mean, the most match was the agile option. I marked agile option, and then I went ahead, and when I had marked that for review. When I later came back to that question, and then I read the question properly just to check whether there is agile term in the question or not. But then I found like, oh, there is no agile term, any terminology there in the question. So I changed my option in that question.
Yeah,
So
that's a
this
beautiful.
is what they, yeah, they played this.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing. But you put it there, like we need to get these thing and update in that particular way. Okay, so put going back to the most important thing and saying how the questions are aligned and what we can do that. Okay, acha. So how many hybrid questions? Because I'm getting a lot of information, a lot of hybrid questions. So how many hybrid questions were there
Yes.
in your exam?
So yeah, so I think there would be 50-50 agile, 50% agile, 50% hybrid. In hybrid, I got few questions for predictive also. But how many predictive, I don't remember exactly.
Mhm.
But yes, there
So
were
how
few
did you
for
handle the
predictive.
hybrid question? Like let's say if I give a question, you are moving from a agile environment, predictive environment to agile environment. So what would you do? If I just give you this context. So something like
Mhm.
that for the viewers to master it. Yeah.
So basically two things, why we have agile, why we go for agile is there are basically the values that we always refer to. So
Mhm.
we have to just really check in the question if there is anything which is mentioned regarding uncertainty or like what do you say? Uh, the scope is not well known in the initial days. So I think in this scenario it is best to either shift to hybrid or agile. So that way I was able to.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for putting that into the context. Okay. So how many questions were there with multiple options?
Multiple options, I got like around 7 to 8. I think I got for multiple, wherein I have to select two. In some, I had to select three. So there were 7 to 8 basically those
Okay.
types.
Multiple. And were there any question where you have to select on the flow chart or on the graph?
No, nothing of that
Any
sort.
any fill in the blanks?
No fill in the blank for me.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Lata, anything that you want to share with the people how they can prepare for PMP exam? And I always give the chance if you have watched the success journeys. I want to know people how they can share how you can prepare for PMP exam. Yeah.
Yes. So definitely, I would love to share if my feedback would help people to maybe compress their learning journey or something. Of course, I will be happy to do that. So to start with my feedback, I had actually taken 1 month leave from office and to prepare for this exam, and I did whatever I studied. I had studied earlier, but that was like around 3 months back or some time, couple of months you can say, but that was just on the PMBOK 6. But I was not a very book person, so basically, and that was really not giving me the output which I was looking for. So after some time, I left that, and yeah, I again started office work. And after the gap, then I decided to go for the exam. And fortunately, I got leaves. Uh, you know which I had applied, those were approved. And so I was able to focus completely on this 1 month on my exam. But as I said, I was not a very book person. So I preferred to, YouTube for all the information, or Udemy for that matter. But I would definitely mention here that I found your videos on YouTube, and they really helped me a lot. I'm really thankful to you for making those videos for us. So that really helped me to clear my concept basically, and to help me understand what is it, and what is that we should study, how we should study, how much we study. So that really compressed my journey a lot. So I was able to make it in 1 month's time. There are few of my friends who have gone through this exam. I got support from them as well. They shared their journey and how they did and how they study. So that also helped me. But definitely, I would give the advice to people here that if you're searching some material on social media, or for the study, so definitely they should go for
Thank you.
Amer Ali's
Thank you.
videos. The journey, the pathway video is really great. I think I must have watched it like 3 times,
Thank you.
and
It's an honor,
yeah,
Lata.
and really I
Uh,
have made my notes from that video, and I mean, truly speaking, that really helped me a lot. And then other material, of course, mocks and all, I did from Udemy, few mocks. So
Thank
I discussed those with you also, and I got your support in, uh, you know, telling me that okay, where I stand. So I'm really grateful for that also, Amit. Thank you so much. So
thank you very
definitely,
much.
people should go through your
Lata.
video.
It
Yeah.
has been an honor to work with you, and congratulations and best of luck for future.
Thank you so much. Same here, Amit. Thank you so much.